hop into this video. Um, I'm up on the screen. I got some great recommendations from Jinxie underscore editor. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's, but we fuck with him. So we appreciate him. He put us on with two animes from that um and a game. Edna. Right here. I want to watch this video because before I go to bed, I think it's very important that this video that came out 10 years ago when I was 15 still rings true to this day. I can't tell you what we're going to hear word for word, but I remember the significance of this. And now that it's sitting at 22 million views, again, like I said, it
You
was
asked
still
me if
powerful
doing
at the end
prison
of
was
the
the
day.
hard part, and I spent over 12 years in prison. In 18 years, I did 12 total. And it wasn't the hard part, wasn't going to prison, it was getting out and trying to be part of society again. Because at one time I was a contractor. I had 4 employees, 3-bedroom house, blah, 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 blah. And I had to lose it all to realize it was just stuff, but still. Then when you're done with your time, and I discharged my sentence in February 11th of 2011, I got my parole papers signed off. I became a citizen again. I can actually vote. I can actually go in and vote for the president. But I can't get a job here or here or here. I can't have any apartments because they won't accept felons. And I even went through an agency that took felons, and they'll give a pedophile an apartment before they will me because I had a drug charge. I wasn't even dealing drugs, I had possession. But anybody that has possession of drugs, they're worried about them selling drugs in their apartments, so they won't give them one. But this place would give a pedophile, somebody who raped a little baby or something, and give them an apartment, but they wouldn't let me have one because of my felony.
And that's the most wickedest thing about, I don't know how that is everywhere else, but in America, that's so wicked because right now you can go on your phone and you can literally look up an app. I forgot the name of that. You can look up an app that'll show you every registered sex offender in your area. And when you see how many red dots are going to be on your screen, it's disgusting. Like he said, this is a person who probably has some crack on him and he can't get a place to live in, but a person who will touch kids, has touched kids, and what those are way more than you don't understand. The people who are sexual offenders are very likely to repeat. Very, okay? But they're allowed in apartments where there's going to be kids.
Because I had a drug felony. And just the hard part was just becoming part of society again. It's like they didn't want me. They didn't want me to be part of their society anymore. So I just decided, fuck it. I'm gonna sleep in a tent. I'm gonna do what I love for a living, which is playing music. And if I just make a little bit of money, I'd rather do what I love with a passion and make a little money than go back to contracting and try to make a lot of money and be part of a society that doesn't even want me no more. Fuck them, you know? Fuck society. That's the way I feel.
Feel that? Why did
I meet a lot of good people, but I believe there's a lot of good people out there, but for the most part, most people, all they care about is themselves. You could be standing there on the corner bleeding and people just drive by you. And they wouldn't want no part of it. They wouldn't want no part of the drama. But then there'd be 1 in 10 that might stop and help. You know? I walked up to a woman.
I'm letting him go. And it's real what he's saying right here, though, because that's why it's important to, like, you have to prioritize yourself, okay? Because no matter how good your heart is, no matter how much you think, like, this is my brother, this is my sister, these are my homegirls, this is my homeboy, these are the closest people around me, man, it's really almost like only in my personal experience, it's like really only my mama got undeniable, unwavering love for me, you know what I'm saying? Can ask her for anything, can talk to her about anything, she talked to me about anything, that type of energy is rarely reciprocated, you know. It's not that it's anybody's responsibility or job to do those things for you. It's just that life is so hard for so many of us, and we're already struggling so hard that it's hard to want to take that extra step of caring that's like very beyond like surface level things like, oh, how you doing, linking up just to bullshit, um you know, little small things, helping somebody out with this, helping them out with that, versus doing things to really help somebody get in position, or doing something to really get somebody out of the deep trenches, or even willing to step out the comfort zone of asking someone like, you been good? Like, you been a little quiet, you been a little distant, or I just ain't talked to you in a minute, like everything all good, you know what I'm saying? How's the crib? How's the car? You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of people won't also feel that responsibility because they don't put it onto you. You know, if you got that friend who you like, hey man, what's up with you? You alright? You good? And it's just always, I'm good. Another day, same shit, different day. You know, well, it's just life. Another dollar. You know, it's just unfortunate.
By it. And they wouldn't want no part of it. They wouldn't want no part of the drama. So there'd be 1 in 10 that might stop and help. You know? I walked up to a woman once to ask her what time it was. I was pushing a cart. Me and my wife were pushing our cart. We had all our stuff in a grocery cart. I was pushing. I needed to know what time it was, so I went up to ask this woman what time it was. She's like, "Oh, get away from me! I don't have any money. Leave me alone." I'm like, "I don't want money." She's like, "Just get away from me. Go." I'm like, and I'm thinking, what could have this woman been through that she's so terrified of a stranger that she? What if my wife was pregnant, her water just broke, and I needed help? I mean, who knows? What if I was having chest pain and I needed her to call 911? She didn't care. It was just, get away from me. Go. I don't got no money. She thought all I wanted was her money.
This is a wicked thing that I've experienced myself, not to this level, being accused of being someone begging for money, but there's been times where I might walk up to somebody and be like, what time is it? Like, or one time I asked a girl what time it was, and she sat there and thought I was trying to hit on her. Now I'm out here recording a video and my phone's right there. I don't want to stop the video, so I ask other people what time it is. Sometimes I ask dudes what time it is, they just walk by like thinking I'm trying to use it as a setup. It's like where, like he said, where are people's minds to act like that? And a lot of times it's not based off of an experienced trauma. It's cruelty
I just want to know what
or
time it was.
violation.
And it hurt, man. It's like, damn. People,
It does hurt.
you know, it's like, damn. It's humanity. What? So many people, what have they been through that makes them so terrified of relationships and people that they just don't want nothing to do with nobody? It's sad. It's
I
really
wasn't
sad.
scared of you when I saw.
And you know what's so crazy? Before I let them go on for a little bit, a ton of the things that have happened to people that's ruined their humanity are things that they've witnessed on the internet. Most people can tell you they can't give you more than a count of one handful of people who truly wronged them in their adulthood, even their childhood. That they can't give you a whole handful of like truly wronging them. You know what I'm saying? Like hurting them severely. Not many people can do that, yet they have just this thought that all women are the same, all men are the same. No, everybody out here can't doesn't want to find love. Everybody's out here pretending to be rich when they're broke. Everybody's out here broke pretending to be rich. Everybody got it against me. I got all these ops. Nobody wants to see me win. It's literally just made up because the internet is projects that and promotes that. People are just literally putting in their mind, I'm just going to be negative Nancy because everybody else is negative Nancy when they rarely encounter negative Nancy in their life. It's just hurt built the fuck up that has not been vented out in no way. So you just literally self implode. I wouldn't be surprised if there's so many people who have fucked off great relationships, great opportunities just because they want to be in their own hurt. They want to believe that there's no chance that this guy's a good guy. There's no way that this guy, to a woman, to her, he looks like a 8, 9, 10. He's an attractive guy. There's no way that he can look good without being a hoe. Think about how sick your mind is. It's no different for guys. Guys, oh, I can't get with this girl because she's gonna be expensive. She's gonna want all my money. Jesus Christ, nigga, you don't know her. You haven't even asked her name. You barely know her name. Her name is Cupcake45 on Instagram, yet you think she's gonna be evil and expensive. because she has a cute face and a butt. Fuck.
Saw you.
Well, but you're one in a million, you know? I mean, you're actually sitting down and talking to me, you know? Most people don't give a damn. But it's all right. You know, when it comes down to it, I came in this world by myself, and when I die, I'm going to be the only one in that coffin. And so really all I guess that matters is me, I guess. I don't know. I think people matter, but the more I'm starting to see, less and less.
You matter, bro.
I feel that way about you too, man. You matter. I mean, you care.
You
It's
matter.
sad to see that most people don't. It's just sad because there's so much beautiful things in life. There's so many beautiful things in life. Relationships are beautiful. Nobody wants relationships. Check this out. I've got over 240 some friends on Facebook. Most of them I knew from high school. I mean, I knew a lot of people. I got around, all right? 240 some people I know on Facebook. Most of them I thought were good friends from high school. Christmas Day, I Facebooked them all and I'm like, hey, it's Christmas. I haven't talked to some of y'all in over 20 years. Here's my number. Call me. Let's have a conversation. Nobody. And I posted that thing over and over Christmas Day. Nobody. And I'm talking people that asked me to be their friend. Oh, so-and-so wants you to be their friend. Well, I know this person from high school. Sure, I'll be their friend.
What does that
They wouldn't
mean?
call.
What does that mean?
It means people don't want relationships no more. They're so into their internet and so into their Facebook. They got their this is their idol. Internet's becoming an idol, man. It's like people don't want relationships. They want the kind of relationships where they can be who they want to be and be who they are. You know, instead of being who they are, be who they want to be and pretend to be. Oh yeah, I'm 6'4" and I got dark hair and blue eyes and big shoulders, but then I can't ever meet this person because I don't look like that, you know? And most people on these internet relationships, man, even a girl, my high school sweetheart.
Before he continues, this was 10 years ago. It's still relevant to this day, idolizing everybody. That's why, to me, like, bro, I had to break out of ever, like, when I was in this mindset, I had to break out of really ever hitting a woman up on the internet, because think about how delulu human beings are. We add people on Facebook as a friend, and if they message you, you don't reply, and they will say shit like, does it look like I owe you a response? We just became friends. Shouldn't we have at least one decent conversation? It's all just to see a little number go from 300 friends to 301 friends to 400, and the next thing you know, they turn into followers, and they see that number and they truly believe they're a celebrity.
I hooked up with her on Facebook, contacted her. Hey, man, let's meet. Well, she gave me her number. She's like, well, look, just text me. I really don't have time for conversations no more. She'd rather go text back and forth for 2 hours, texting back and forth, instead of having a 10-minute conversation that could have summed it all up. People don't want conversations. They don't want nothing no more. I don't know what they want. But this world sucks, man. The way that people see it. Really.
Totally agree.
And that's real too. People will love to text forever. Actually, I wouldn't even say people. The main culprits of this is really women. Some men are on this, but a lot of women, this is the case. They want to literally feel like they can bet you out through text messages first before believing. We can get into a call. Think about how that's why so many people don't understand they're getting tricked out their position, because you're literally talking to somebody through texting. If they're good at texting, think about how many people you have to text to get good at texting versus good at talking, actual social interaction.
You know, so
I mean, but
I'm just trying to make the world a more better place, man, a more beautiful place. And if music and art can do it and somebody appreciates it, that's all that matters. If I can make a difference in one person's life, that's all that matters. Because
you made a difference in my life.
praise God. I mean, hallelujah.
You did. I would be sitting here with you if you hadn't.
Yeah,
Because you were playing your guitar when I walked up.
yeah. Well, hopefully it's a positive difference, you know. We can all make a negative influence in somebody's life, but if we can be a positive difference in somebody's life and make them just think for a minute, maybe there is something worth caring about, you know. But I don't know.
At IHG Hotels and Resorts, you can guest how you guest.
Richard,
Yes,
we're here in New York City.
yes, we are. My home.
I thought it was gonna be him again. I thought it was someone found him again. I swear Loki looks like him, but nah, the other dude's eyes are like great. But shit, like I said, that video, that dude was 10 years ago, and everything he said is just as relevant today, if not more. By a lot. We idolize these phones. We make ourselves out to be mini celebrities, as if we don't take shits in toilets and bleed red blood. You know, and I will say, when I was 19, I was like that too. I was very lost and I was humbled by a lot of life things. And I needed it. And I think a lot of people are just in situations where they don't understand their humanity no more. We've all lost. I mean, not we've all. You know, some people are good. Some people were raised a lot better and, smarter in that way. But people losing their humanity is just increasing by the day, just day by day. Because everybody, like I said, is just idolization. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why people, more than ever, probably have real deal celebrity crushes. We're talking about there's people in relationships still posting their celebrity crush. We're talking about people who say they're loyal and actively looking for people, but always posting pictures of Chris Brown or Janae Aiko on their story with heart things. And you know what their excuse would be for that? There's no way. It's not like I'm ever gonna meet them. Think about how you're looking at yourself that you could never be around Chris Brown. What makes Chris Brown so cool that you could never end up next to Chris Brown ever? Nothing. Chris Brown has shown time and time that he's human as fuck. Overly human. You know what I'm saying? That nigga had big headed Riri put hands and feet on her. And I'm not saying that to like judge him. I'm just saying like it obviously shows he's nowhere near perfect. So why do you think there's no chance you could ever be around a celebrity girl you like? Because you idolize them. You put them on a pedestal that's insane. You can like people's work. You can enjoy people's music. You can like their thoughts. But anytime you put someone here and you are left here, it's not good for your mind. It's not good for your brain. You're corrupted and you're put in the system. You become a bot. Once you start idolizing people, you become a bot. Just like think about every overly fanned out Playboy Cardi dude. Like, wow, that's crazy that you act like that about another man. Think about the people who literally their whole gimmick is being another person, like that Perkio dude, the fake Lil Durk, the fake Michael Jackson, all of these guys. They idolize these people enough to literally their image and their acceptance of other people and getting their followers up based off of a whole nother man's looks and work that they put in. Just piggyback off of it. Um, there's no one all be all answer for how we could ever get back to humanity. But I will say that like I have faith in a lot of humans still, you know. And that's just big in my living experience. I try not to get too caught up on everything that does happen on the internet because a lot of people who live on the internet are just privileged. A lot of people don't have the privilege to be living on the internet. They gotta wake up and go work. They gotta wake up and feed their family. They gotta wake up and they want to not be all up on the internet. They want to focus on their family. They want to focus on themselves, not just try to make it through every day. Too many people living paycheck to paycheck to be really worried about the internet. Nah, everything you see on the internet is just a ton of times just people with too much fucking time. People who are not occupying themselves enough with doing some shit. I could get into that about for so long when it comes to just all these TikTok takes and these YouTube reels and Instagram reels are just terrible takes and just everybody complaining, not realizing it's all to play on your mind. It's all to play on your mind. Anytime you see division on the internet, just literally think, well, they just want me to see this because they want me to just think divisively. Okay, they want me to think like, oh, men hate women. Oh, women hate men. Every woman's a gold digger. Every woman just wants your honey. Every man's gonna treat you terrible. Every man's a misogynist. Every man just believes he can make money and he's never gonna help you around the house. When in reality, if you live your own personal experience and just work on yourself and just align yourself with the things you want and truly do that, a lot of times you'll get them or get close. Okay. I don't have to explain how there's good men out here who will make money, work, pay bills, and still come home, clean some dishes, might even make dinner, and help you put the baby to sleep regularly for the first baby, whatever. Got those women out here who don't care that they don't need you to be 6 foot. They don't need you to have 6+ inches. They don't need you to have 6 figures. And she's gonna love you more than freaking Donald Trump's wife loves him. Exponentially love you more than that, She gonna love you more than for sure. A cautious wife loves a Akash. You know what I'm saying? You could have a bunch of things, and imagine that. That's what's so crazy. That's why comparison is the thief of all joy. Y'all think all women are one way, but then look at it. You could just be just like Akash, successful in his own right, money, all that, just to get with a wife that absolutely lied to you about her background and doesn't want to kiss you and thinks about literally having an orgy with a whole nother couple. And then you have best friends who are willing to gas you about it and talk about it with Charlemagne the God. Like Charlemagne the God and get slapped in his nugget milk dud head and run off. Whether it was right or not, it's like thanks for watching.